Today, I want to introduce you to a brand new line of dry eye products. The line is called Optase, and let's see it. Welcome to Salisbury Eye Care and Eyewear. I'm Dr. D. My goal is to arm you with the knowledge you need to take control of your eye health and have the best vision possible. Like and subscribe for videos every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Hello again, Dr. D here. I'm a doctor of optometry with my own private practice. I'm residency trained in ocular disease and I specialize in dry eye. On this channel, I make educational videos all about eye health and vision products. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below so that you never miss one of our videos. All right, while you're already hitting that subscribe button, make sure to check out the notes section right next to it because I'll leave some important links and descriptions down there. So today we're going to be talking about Optase. It's a brand new dry eye line, and I'm going to be telling you what it is, why it's different than other drops, who I plan to use it for in my clinic, and we'll follow up by telling you where you can get it. So quick story, the way I got acquainted with this company is through LinkedIn. One of their company reps found me on LinkedIn and asked if they could send some of their new products. The company is actually called Scope, and they have all of these dry eye products that they're bringing to the US market, and so they wanted to send me some. And spoiler alert, they are awesome. I didn't expect that. I actually didn't even know who was messaging me, but I was like, sure, yeah. But then after receiving the products and doing a little bit of research into it, this is definitely going to play a role in my clinic, and I'm really excited to introduce them to you as well. First, I want to give you a little bit of background about dry eye and its treatments. So if you have dry eye or suffer from irritated eyes, you're probably no stranger to some of the treatments that we regularly employ for dry eye syndrome or dry eye disease. The first thing we talk about a lot is using heat or warm compresses. I've made a video about warm compresses before. We'll make sure to link it right here, and you can check that video out for more information. The second type of treatment we use are what we call lid scrubs or eyelid hygiene. And these are typically cleansing wipes or sprays or foams, all meant to cleanse the eyelids themselves. Now, if you don't know, in dry eye, oftentimes we can have an accumulation of dead skin cells at the lashes, and there can also be little critters that take up residence in your eyelashes. This is, my friend, a Demodex skin mite, which is really disgusting. But Demodex mites tend to take up residence in your lash follicles, and their little poo-poo causes some problems at your eyelid. Ugh. So what lid scrubs do is they cleanse that lash area very nicely so that we're ridding the area of any bacteria, debris, Demodex debris, biofilm, and the like. The third type of dry eye treatment that's absolutely critical and everyone's heard of are artificial tears. But artificial tears are not all created equal, and we'll get into that a little bit more when we talk about the products that Optase is offering. Okay, so first a little bit about the company. The company is called Scope, and they come to us from Europe. So this is an Irish company, and it's a very, very small company, which I tend to like to deal with smaller companies. It's really neat. I've dealt with small companies before where, as an eye care provider, if I have an idea about drops or treatments that they offer, I can make a suggestion and actually see that come through in their products. So just as an aside, I kind of like working with smaller eye care companies. This is one of their dry eye kits that they're going to be offering, and these are customizable to patients. And so no matter what you customize your kit with, though, there's going to be 3 categories. So the 3 categories are going to be heat, cleanse, and hydrate. If you remember when I was talking about sort of the categories of dry eye treatment that exist, warm compresses, lid scrubs, and artificial tears, it very much falls into this idea of heating the lids, cleansing the lids, and hydrating the eyes themselves. Let's go over each of these products kind of on their own and talk about what they offer and what makes them different. So the first is going to be this moist heat mask. All right, so this mask comes in a nice silky little bag, and if you open it up, here it is. Now, I love masks like this, and I've made videos before about one of their competitor products, Brooder masks. One of the big differences I see in these two masks is the surface area covered. So the Optase mask really does cover a greater surface area than the Brooder mask. I also noticed that in the Brooder mask, there's a little elastic band that holds the two eyepieces together. Whereas in this Optase mask, it's fully fabric all the way across. And I kind of like that. I think that there's sort of wasted space. I've heard of patients having to kind of clip the elastic band together to get the Brooder mask to fit their eyes properly. So I like that this is all fabric. It's got an adjustable band. Let's put this on. Comparing this with the Brooder mask, I think it's bigger, it covers a little bit more surface area. It has a higher specific heat is what I'm told, so it holds that heat a little bit better. And it can actually be used cold as well. So if you need a mask that does double duty and helps you during allergy season, this is your mask. All right, let's move on to the cleanse product that Optase is offering. So they actually have two options, one of which is a gel and the other is a pre-moistened wipe. Here are the Optase cleansing wipes, and this is one of the lid scrub wipes that I typically was recommending to my patients. And so I want to show you a comparison right here, right now, because this was very compelling for me when I actually received this kit. So you can't feel this, unfortunately, but this Optase wipe is very, very soft. It feels really great. There's no roughness to the cloth. It also smells really nice, like tea tree oil, but not overpowering. And then we have, in comparison, an OcuSoft wipe. So I just want to show you, because this was like a big wow moment for me. Check out the size of these two wipes. You've got your Optase here and your OcuSoft wipe here, and it's like more than twice the size of that little OcuSoft wipe. I don't know how to best show this. So the OcuSoft lid scrub has been the industry standard for a long time. It's also readily available at Walgreens and CVS and most any pharmacy. So many of my patients have been using it for a long time. There's another brand or two of lid scrubs, and so this is not, it's not only OcuSoft versus Optase. There's another one that I've been using that is a little bigger in size and a little more similar to the Optase. But the big difference is in kind of the feel of the cloth. I think that this one is super soft. It's a bigger cloth, and so I think it's going to be a lot more user-friendly for my patients to really just have a lot of cloth surface area to be able to cleanse their eyelids fully. One distinguishing factor of this wipe over others is the moisturizing agent that they're using, and that moisturizing agent is hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is a handy dandy little molecule that really holds many times its own weight in water very well. And it's a naturally occurring lubricant found throughout your body. It's present in your joints, it's present in your eyes. And so it is also used in a lot of skincare products. I mean, we're seeing hyaluronic acid, or HA, show up all over the beauty industry. And that's for good reason. So when it's in a moisturizer, because it holds water so well, it's gonna fill in those little fine lines and wrinkles. And so it's very good at that. Well, as an eye care product, the same sort of thing applies. It's gonna be very moisture retentive, you know what I mean. It's gonna hold on to its moisture, it's gonna lubricate and hydrate, and those are all things we want when we have dry eyes. Now, I mentioned my little friend, the mite, ugh, gross, but The tea tree oil that I mentioned smelling in that wipe is very effective at killing off those little guys and cleansing that lid and getting it free of little critters. Finally, we move on to the hydrate option that they're offering, and this really gets into that artificial tear category. Now again, just like with the lid scrub, we have two different options. We have a literal eye drop, and then we have a spray. A spray? For real? Yes, a spray. So let's talk about that spray first because I think it's so different. I don't know of anyone else using a spray in quite this way. If you can think of anybody, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But this spray is actually, it's the lubricating eye drop, and it is meant to be sprayed directly on your face. So the idea here is that anything that's around the eyes is going to end up in the eyes. And as an eye doctor, I can tell you that's absolutely true. My patients that wear makeup, it tends to migrate into their tear film, and when I'm examining them, I can see it floating around. The same is true for moisturizers and oils, and anything you put kind of around your eyes is going to end up in your eyes. So using that same concept, they have invented this spray, and it's an eye drop spray. You spray it directly on your eyes, and then it will migrate into your eyes and help hydrate them. This is wonderful if you are eye drop adverse. You hate putting drops in your eyes. It's not going to happen. A spray is genius. That's a perfect thing to just spray on and go. Now, another thing about the spray is that it doesn't mess up your makeup. And when they told me this, I didn't believe it. So best believe I've been spraying it all over my face for the last week, and there's no running of my makeup, no migrating of my makeup, and it's excellent. So here it is. This is the spray. And I'm gonna do it right on camera just to show you that it doesn't mess up my makeup. So this will be fun. I feel fresh, I feel hydrated. It actually, you know, I don't feel anything. It's not dripping down my face or anything like that. It's a very thin mist, and I don't think it's messed up my makeup at all. We'll have to check in a minute. So next we have their Dry Eye Intense Drops. This is a preservative-free drop option. But this actually comes in a bottle, and it has a really neat dropper top to it. It looks just like this. And this too has hyaluronic acid in it. And so this is an extremely moisturizing artificial tear. Got it on my hand here. It is so smooth and almost silky feeling. It is just really moisturizing. So a couple of characteristics of this drop. There are other, okay, let's talk about this drop. In Europe, HA, hyaluronic acid in artificial tears, is very commonplace. But here in the United States, we don't have as many eye drop options with HA in them. However, all the major manufacturers are starting to release their versions of HA artificial tears. I traditionally have used a different artificial tear that is in the little single-use vials, and I'll link it down below too. It's also a very good drop, but it is using HA in a little bit different way than Optase is, and so I'm excited to see what the difference is like for my patients. So the HA in Optase is a little bit higher molecular weight. It is really responsive to the blink. This drop is contact lens compatible, so all you contact lens wearers out there know that it certainly can be used over contact lenses. So your hydrating options with Optase are twofold. You've got the spray and the drop. Both contain hyaluronic acid and high molecular weight, and both are incredibly comfortable and hydrating and can be used while wearing contact lenses. Just to circle back around, I applied the spray to my eyelids and it didn't affect my makeup. And for what it's worth, I'm also wearing a dry eye safe makeup. It's called Eyes Are the Story. I did a video about it recently. Check it out if you're interested. These can be used in a range of folks. So it could be that you're on computer all day and you're looking for a drop to lubricate your eyes throughout your workday. Another option is if you have mild, moderate, or even severe dry eye. These are great moisturizing agents for you. If you have blepharitis or Demodex, or you're prone to getting eyelid infections, maybe your doctor's told you you have meibomian gland dysfunction, that's where the lid scrubs and the warm compresses are gonna work really well. At the end of the day, it's gonna depend on your particular situation, so I would always talk to your dry eye specialist eye doctor about their best recommendations. So where can you get this drop? You can get it at Walgreens, your local eye doctor, and even Amazon. We're gonna place some links down below to these different products so you can check them out on Amazon. So feel free to do that. You can find it all in that description below. All right, my pupils, thanks as always for tuning in. It was so much fun to bring you some more new dry eye information today. Make sure to like and subscribe for videos every single Wednesday, and we'll see you next time.